everybody, and welcome to episode 24 of Kings Connected. It's been a while since we've last spoken, as last episode was, I believe, 3 weeks to a month ago with Joey Steemack, who was the most recent signee with the Komoka Kings. And now we will be debuting a series where we talk to volunteers around the Kings organization. And that all starts today as we talk to Kassy Howard, the official photographer of the Komoka Kings from KPH Photography. Last year was Kassy's first season in Komoka, and she provided us with some pictures for the ages, some great shots from big moments last year, and some awesome wallpapers every Wednesday on King's social media, which you can check out there. So we're very excited to have a conversation with Kassy, talk about photography and hockey, and what she was able to do with the Kings last year, what she looks to do this year, and kind of how things got started in Komoka as well. So without further ado, let's bring her in. It's Kassy Howard, the official photographer of the Komoka Kings. I'm now joined by Kassy Howard, the official photographer for the Komoka Kings from KPH Photography. Kassy, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. Getting things started. For those who may not know, could you tell us a little bit about what your role is with the Komoka Kings?
Okay, so for behind the scenes, I do the wallpapers for Wallpaper Wednesday. And on game day, I'm usually running around like a maniac person, taking game photos, candids, ceremonial puck drops, special guest photos if they're there. What else? Lots of other stuff. And if the Kings are in the community, I'm usually there taking photos of them too.
Awesome. So don't hesitate to say hi to Kassy if you see her around the arena or at a Kings community event. Last season was your first in Komoka. Now that it's wrapped up, how was it?
I say it was really good. We had a lot of fun. I thought it was going to be crazy taking on two teams in Junior C and Junior B, but it was actually pretty good. But yeah, it was pretty good.
That's awesome that you had such a good time in your first season in Komoka. Now, you spent time as the photographer for the Lambeth Lancers Junior C program. Tell me a little bit about what that was like. And now you're, of course, you mentioned it there, the Mount Bridges Bulldogs official photographer as well. Do you notice a difference between Junior C and Junior B hockey?
Yeah, okay, so for the first question, I started taking photos in 2017, 2018 Lambeth Lancers near the end, so like the last round of playoffs. And the players and the owners really liked me there, so they brought me back full-time for the next season. And the returning players for that team really hyped up my photos to the new guys and told them they're really good and you'll really like them. And the play difference, the Junior C is a little bit slower, but not by much. So it only really differed in camera settings, really.
For sure. Camera settings can change, I guess, based on the speed of the play, which is an adjustment you had to make last year quite frequently, I'm sure. Now, Roop Channerdat, the Kings president and GM, says that you have been a great addition to the off-ice staff. The pictures you took were top quality. You're a very dedicated and professional young lady with a bright future. He says the Kings are very proud to have you as part of their staff. How do you feel about what Roop had to say?
I feel really honored that he had those things to say of me. It feels something different coming from the owner of the team rather than just the players and the families. So yeah, I'm really happy that he gave me the opportunity to be the photographer in the first place and then come back for another season.
For sure. I know the Kings are excited to have you, and Roop likes to refer to it as the big Kings family. We've got all the volunteers and the players are in that family as well, and it really is one big family. Of course, you and I are both volunteers with the team, and it really does give you that family feeling, and it's something awesome for sure. How do you feel your photography talents have grown since joining the Kings?
I really gotten to know my camera a lot more. Having the two teams, I had to switch my camera settings quite a bit, going to home and away games and different rinks and stuff. But they've really expanded my taking because I never took candids before, and that was something I was really uncomfortable doing. But every time I wasn't there taking candids, the guys were like, "Why aren't you here? Come back and take candids of us." And like the design aspect, I guess, is photography related too. So doing wallpapers really expanded that for me.
That's awesome. And of course, candids were something fun for everybody on social media last year. The guys loved it, as you mentioned there. Everyone online loved it as well. So the candids were certainly a great addition to the Kings pictures last season. What was it like working with the volunteer team last year?
I really liked working the volunteers. They welcomed me, my second shooter, Abby, and my little sister, Jessie, open with like welcome arms. They acted like we've been there for ever since the team started, and they always had stories to tell and jokes to crack in between periods, no matter what the score was. So if we looked down from the score, they would always cheer us up.
That's great. And that goes back to that family environment we were talking about, a bunch of older brothers and older sisters and younger in that case as well at times for you, I'm sure. And it's really a pleasant environment to be in. Final question for you, Kassy. Heading into next year, whenever it does start, of course, we've got a scheduled start date for December 2nd since our last episode of Kings Connected. Do you have any big plans for the 2020-2021 season?
If I'm allowed at home more away games, I want to go to more away games for sure, like on the bus and stuff. Um, I want to open up to do more video stuff, like game day promotions and get to know more players and stuff like that.
That would be awesome for sure. And we're looking forward to
And
seeing.
take
Sorry. Yes, continue.
and, and take more like good professional player portraits.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing what you're able to do next year. Thank you so much for joining the show today, Kassy.
No problem.
That was my interview with Kassy Howard, the official photographer of the Komoka Kings. We talked with Kassy about what the Kings family means to her, what she can do next year to build off of the great photos she took last season. And we're looking forward to seeing what she's able to do in the 2020-2021 campaign. Whenever that begins, I look forward to working with Kassy and all the volunteers again next year. And this will do it for episode 24 of Kings Connected. We thank you all very kindly for tuning in to the show, and we hope you will do the same next week when we interview another great guest.